How has the development of the EU required a transition from solely the politics of rules to also include the politics of events?
Well, the European Union has been faced with a number of very serious and big crises in the past years, around the euro, for instance, when Greece was almost going bankrupt, when there was almost a war with Russia over Ukraine, and when hundreds of thousands of refugees walked in. So it was really outside pressure which forced the EU to change itself from, let's say, a system really trained into doing common agriculture policy, the curse of cucumbers and VAT regulation and that kind of stuff, to a body dealing with sudden events.
What are some political lessons that have emerged from these crises that the EU has faced in recent years?
Well, one political lesson that has emerged from these crises is that the European public at large also wants to have a say and needs to have a say in these type of very controversial decisions. You could say that the old Brussels-style technocracy made sense when you deal with very technocratic or technical matters, when you're building a common market. But with the issues like we just discussed, there were very big passions around. It was about solidarity and sovereignty and religion. In the refugee crisis, it was about billions of euros of taxpayer money in the euro crisis. So it's normal that the public at large, newspaper readers, etc., wanted to be part of that.
What role does improvisation play in such crises in the transition to the politics of events?
Well, I like to use the word improvisation to talk about how Europe responds to it, and that, of course, is a little bit tricky, because improvisation is something negative when you're ill-prepared, but there's also something positive, like improvising in jazz actually is a talent. And improvising means that you have to develop a capacity to act in the moment, when there may in life arise situations where there's no clear-cut answer given, either by predecessors or by treaties or by whatever, and where you really have to invent something from scratch. And that is a specific talent, a specific tool which in some circumstances you need. Maybe you prefer not to, but you still need it, and it's funny to think of it that way.